This is a D6 Generation Pip. Bite-sized content for a busy gamer. Sometimes featuring Craig, sometimes featuring Russ.
Hey, what about me?
Oh yeah, and sometimes featuring Raef, Hollywood Granger.
Again, I have a horse in this race, and I don't think he gets it unless we see in the papers Asmodee sold to blah blah blah.
Well. It's funny that Raef should mention that. Not long after this episode was published, the board games guy, Geek Dad Paul Benson, longtime listener, let us know on December 15th that Asmodee had been sold by the French finance company to the Embracer Group, a Swedish finance company. And that was from retweeting a post by Duncan Malloy, who had gotten a hold of the PR paperwork for that announcement. And then longtime listener Cliff Churgan sent out on a tweet the Reddit post that had all the details. And as it turns out, the Embracer Group is most known for owning multiple video game production entities, cataloging many well-known titles. Goat Simulator, anyone? So it is quite possible that they did this in order to make some board games out of their current catalog. So it may affect board gaming in some way. Descent 4 Goats in the Underdark, do you think? Anyway, so the original scores for 2021 were, at last posting, Russ 1, Raef 11, and me 7. However, if we adjust for a successful prediction on item 4 and we put in the correct numbers, the final score actually becomes, well, since Russ and Raef both agreed with me that this would happen, so they didn't get any points in the original recording. That means if I get a point for getting this right, then Russ gets a point for agreeing, and Raef gets a point for agreeing, and that means the final score is actually Russ 2, Raef 12, and me 8. So the spread stays the same, which really means nothing in the end. Although bragging rights on this one, so I'll take it. Huzzah! Also, given that the company selling made about $1 million, and the company buying obviously feels like they made a good deal, and we might just get some floppy, out-of-control goats descending into the dungeons of Tyranoth out of the whole thing, I'd say this was a win-win for all involved. And now, on to the predictions for 2022. See you later, y'all.
Hey, welcome back. And now, just 2 short episodes ago, there was a little Dungeons and Dragons interlude, little D&D. But now we're back with our predictions. You heard 2 episodes ago our results from our 2021 predictions. But now it's time for us to sit down, get together, have a little fireside chat, maybe a fine diet cola beverage, and discuss our predictions for 2022. Are you ready, Raef?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Craig?
I am ready.
Now, people could just be tuning in right now for the very first time, be like, what is this prediction thing? So let me just briefly go through the rules, because we are gamers. And as such, not only do we predict what's going to happen, we have an extremely evolved and advanced, and dare we say, scientific scoring model.
We do.
That allows us to correctly and accurately score the best prognosticator amongst us.
Indeed,
now,
you do.
We should also say that using this finely honed system that has been designed over the years by our listeners, it is fair to say that Raef now is 2 years in a row master prognosticator. So this is getting serious. I don't know that I've ever won a predictions episode. If I have, it's been so long, I forgot.
I think you have, but
maybe. It's been a long time. In any case, here are the scoring mechanics. First rule, there are rules. First rule, all predictions.
There are rules in every game.
There are. All predictions must have a quantifiable final measure. This is something we struggle with every year. And as hard as we work at it, it still feels like we could do better. But in any case, that's the first and most important rule. The second rule, each prediction you make will be worth 1 point if you are correct, plus 1 point for each other host who disagrees with your prediction. So after one of us makes a prediction, we will ask the other two to agree or disagree. He who correctly agrees or disagrees will also gain plus 1 point. And you must have an opinion. If you choose not to have an opinion, you'll get a negative 1 point. But if you are the primary prognosticator and you are incorrect, you get negative 1 point. So you only score negative points if you as the predictor are wrong, but the agreeer or disagreeers can score a point, and you can get more points for being correct in your prediction if other people disagree with you. In other words, it's a harder prediction. This is an excellent mechanic that a listener came up with that I think is fantastic. In addition, Rule 3. All information must be based on public knowledge. You can't be using insider information to inform your prediction, i.e. you work for a particular gaming company or someone told you something or any of that stuff. And number 4, the order of our predictions will be in order from winner to loser. So whoever came in first last time, which was Raef, will go first with both their prediction and agreeing or disagreeing. Then whoever came in second will go second, which is Craig. And then whoever came in last, which was me with only 1 measly point, will give their final thoughts there. Makes sense, gentlemen?
Yep.
Are we ready?
yes.
Now, one more thing we should say. All of us have created separate sealed documents with our 7 predictions we have made each. Without
Held until this moment by Price Waterhouse.
And none of us have seen each other's predictions. We could be talking about the same stuff, different stuff. We don't know. The only thing we know for sure is each of us has made 7 predictions without talking to anyone. All right. And now, for the first time anywhere, you're going to hear, as we are, what those predictions are. So let's start with Raef. Raef, what was your first prediction for 2022?
I am recycling one. I will play a guitar solo in 2022. Now, I want to be very clear.
Yeah, clarify.
And I'm going to cut and paste it so Russ can't do any wacky stuff. Are you still in the old
I'm in the
document?
same document. I'm down on the lower page, the last page.
Okay. I am not saying play out. I am saying I will have the skill set to play a solo. And what I mean is it is play out ready. In other words, it won't be like, hold on. It won't be like that.
So, all right, is this something like you're going to play on the D6, the D&D thing where you do like a little song?
I would, I'll either play it live or I'm getting an amp for Christmas that lets you be like a,
how do you know what you're getting for Christmas?
Man.
Bought it for myself. Well, because it was on my Christmas list. It's called the Sparks amp for any guitarists out there. But what it lets you do, Craig, is it lets you be like, you can say, play Tennessee Whiskey. And then you can say silence the guitar and it'll play the whole Tennessee soundtrack right through the amp. And then I can like solo to Tennessee Whiskey or something like that. The reason why I bought it for myself.
Karaoke for guitarists.
What's that?
It's like karaoke for guitarists.
It's karaoke for guitarists. Yep. Yeah. Or singers or whatever. Yeah. A buddy of mine knows I want it. He's like, hey, flash sale. I was in Tennessee, $150 off if I bought it within 8 hours. Okay. So I bought it and we'll put it on the tree.
Craig, what do you think of this? Is that quantifiable? Raef, you're just going to tell us whether you feel
I think the quantify, I will agree. Actually, I don't know how I'll feel about it, but I think you have to say you will play a guitar solo on the D&D live stream.
Sure. You got
it. I'll agree.
Yeah, if I can get you on the D&D screen, I'll agree with that as well.
Although that's playing out, but that's fine because I said it has to be play out worthy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. You want to kick it up a notch? We both agree with you, so it's only worth 1 point. You want to level up?
No, because I'm very. This is a big mental wall for me. I'm having we can get into it, but I don't want to waste time.
No. Then we're supporting you, Craig. Raef. We're right here.
I appreciate the support.
All right, Craig, what's your prediction? First prediction for 2022.
All right. So I'm gonna kick things off for me with a good positive prediction concerning Russ's hated enemy, the movie industry.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And I did a little research, and 2021 did make great strides over 2020, but was still, talking box office totals, was still 70% behind 2019. Okay, so we're still 70% below where we were in 2019.
All right, so what do you think?
I am going to say that 2022 is going to be the comeback of the movies, and I think they will be within 25% of 2019 by the end of 2022. So that means they're going to have to do like 3 times better than they did in 2021.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Does this include theater ticket sales only, or does it include revenue from streaming?
I'm only including movie theater.
Yeah, because I think that's the only thing that's quantifiable.
Yeah, with what we just learned.
Good point. I'm disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
I should have gone second, but I'm going to.
Should have gone second. You jumped the hurdle. On that.
Raef, what do you think?
Sure you don't want to hear? Wait, do we announce? Are we announced?
Well, you go first, Raef. I reserve the right to change.
All right, but can we say anything about what we just recorded? I forget the order of operations here.
Oh, we can. Yeah, this comes out second.
Yeah,
okay.
We just recorded.
Second.
All right, due to you want to wait for me since I won.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
Because you might want to follow suit with me.
I might.
Just saying.
I might. But if history's taught us anything, it's that I don't listen to you.
Hey,
True.
Russ.
True that.
Hey, Russ.
Yes.
Remind me, in the long and distinguished reign of Craig being the winner of predictions, was he ever so heavy-handed with his power?
No, much more magnanimous ruler. And if I could vote for the winner, I would vote for you.
Yeah.
Also, feel free
Well,
to
you
support
had
me
the
in a
chance to
debatable-
vote for me twice in the episode we just did, and you didn't either time.
Well, we'll save them for next year. You'll need them.
I disagree.
You
I also disagree.
Also? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree also.
I think the cold medicine's got me a little loopy.
Yeah, I mean, I now I kind of want to agree, but I'm gonna disagree with that.
Okay.
All right. Here's my prediction.
Russ.
Okay, so I like to have a little spin on this. I think the haiku year was better for me than the song lyric year.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
So this time around, I decided to go. Craig, you'll appreciate this. I decided to go. I threw out song lyrics. Clearly, song lyrics didn't work. I got a 1. So, by the way, yeah, I should have said spoiler alert. You should listen to, if you're listening in reverse chronological order to this show, and somehow you missed 2 episodes ago, go listen to that episode first. In any case, I decided to go with movie quotes for all my predictions.
Okay.
So I don't hate the movie industry. I'm just very confused by their current strategy.
Yeah.
I think honestly they might be too. So that's probably
fair.
okay. So here's my quote. You'll have plans and visions for the future. Some of these will work out. Others won't. And my prediction is a movie prediction. Into the Spider-Verse 2. I'm just going to call it Spider-Verse 2 because I don't know what the title's going to be. Spider-Verse 2 will release in 2022, and it will outperform all other hero movies in 2022.
In what? Using what criteria?
You want to do box office, Metacritic? I'll do box office. I'll do both in box office and Metacritic.
So Spider-Verse 2 is the Miles Morales one?
Yes, the animated one.
Okay. That's a bold prediction, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, since I go before Craig, you may want.
Yeah.
No way.
I don't know. You may be able to winkle out more information about.
Oh, Raef
I
disagrees,
disagree.
Craig.
Oh, you just disagree right off
You
the bat.
shot it down. He's like, nope.
Other hero movies?
In 22.
Oh, in 22.
Yes.
I still disagree.
All right. Craig?
Because of my next prediction.
What other movies are coming up? Like they
details.
They so front loaded. Like 2021 had like 3 Marvel.
Oh, that's right. I was counting on the new Spider-Man, which is going to come out this year.
Yeah,
I'm still sticking to my answer.
All right.
See, I don't know what is due in 20.
Well, Doctor Strange, right? There's more Marvel-verse stuff coming. There's a new Guardians isn't out yet, but there's Doctor Strange. There's at least one other.
Yeah, no, Doctor Strange.
It deserves it, but it's not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree.
All right. All right, that's round one in the bag.
I'm going to disagree with everything Russ says because I'm hoping he can win.
Oh, well,
year,
that's history shows that's the way to play. That's the way to play according to 2022, 21. Should have played. Okay. Craig's going to agree with everything I said.
I'll cut and paste this, Russ. Don't worry about it.
Okay, what do you got?
Craig,
don't worry about it.
I'm afraid to say I cannot predict about your nuts. I don't know if they're safe or they're not safe. I'm making no nuts premonitions. Sorry, did not come to me.
All right.
So just be on the lookout. Okay.
Okay.
Spider-Man No Way Home will do the same or better than Far From Home, which was the second movie, did 95% audience score. So, translation, on Rotten Tomatoes, the new Spider-Man movie coming out, No Way Home, will score 95% or better. I told you to stop typing. Actually, that's fine, Russ. Well, no, because then I never remember the fun stuff.
You can fix it. So Craig, what do you think about that?
I am going to say I agree. I mean, it ties in every Spider-Man movie that's come out in the last 20 years and brings back every villain from the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be like a crazy ride of nostalgia.
And Tom Holland is hotter in every way possible than he's ever been.
Yep.
So I'm going to agree also, Raef. You're going to have the option to double down here and try to get us to
I thought about this. I figured you'd agree. I'm going to stick with it, but I thought about boosting it. Have you heard the rumors that Tobey Maguire and or Andrew Garfield, who played the other Spider-Mans, there's all this internet buzz. They're like, we're not in it. We're not in it. So I could boost to say they are in it. But
there have already been pictures posted of them on set in costumes.
Yeah.
Oh, meaning
spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, meaning they're liars. They're dirty liars.
They're liars.
They're
okay.
Dirty, stinking liars. They're actors, Raef. They lie for a living.
Or it's a deep fake.
It could be a deep fake.
I'm not boosting it. I'm just keeping it. You'll get the points that you get.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay.
Craig, your round two predictions.
All right. Mine's a little in depth.
Oh, I like in depth.
Right. So 2021 was my year to kind of go out of my comfort zone. And I did a few different things that I hadn't done before. I'm actually waking up super early in the morning and exercising before I do anything else, including go to school.
That's early.
But the most important thing that I did was I joined. Bedford has an older person's pickup soccer club.
Oh, neat.
And it's a lie. It's not older persons. It's a bunch of 30-somethings reliving their college glory days and a bunch of Eastern European immigrants that are fighting for home.
Footballers.
And, exactly. And that's really unfair because they communicate with each other using various Eastern European languages. And I'm pretty sure they're laughing at me half the time. However, I loved it. Like, I can't even explain how much I loved it. It killed me. I'm 99% sure I'm the oldest person on the field. I'm 100% sure I'm the person least skilled. And I'm 100% sure I'm the person least aware of team dynamics. So I do things like accidentally stop play when I get the ball and somebody yells time. Because what time means now apparently is you have plenty of time. And I thought what it meant was timeout. So I stopped the ball. And then when somebody from the other team went, "What are you doing?" I went, "Oh, sorry," and gave them the ball. And they went, "Cool, thanks," and took off. And it took me like about a half hour to live that down.
The other team's like, "Just say time to the bald guy, it'll be fine."
Yeah, exactly. And half of them call me sir, which I find very disturbing. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was generally useless for the next 2 to 3 days afterwards. It's 2 hours and no breaks and no subs.
Wow.
So it's just nonstop, full field, unless there weren't enough people. If it went down to like 16 people total, we went sideways for a shortened field, which is a totally different game. I loved it. I like to think I got a little better at it. I realized that although they seemed mean, the Eastern European guys were awesome and would also be very helpful and sort of give me pointers and sort of direct me a little bit. And so I sort of started to gravitate towards them and whichever team they were on, because it's just like a pickup game every week. And I loved it. And I played it. I only missed one weekend. I started in early September and we had to stop. It's all outdoor. And we had to stop because when the season's over for the high school, they don't turn on the lights anymore. So I played right through except for one session that Karen didn't let me go to because I'm so completely shattered physically the next day that my friend Brad's daughter was getting married and Karen didn't want me unable to dance at the wedding. So she didn't let me go on that Friday. So my prediction is going to be,
I wanted to go. I was working on a segue from that. I was like, meanwhile, in the predictions episode.
Yeah, no, my prediction is that I will score a goal.
Oh,
in this club. Okay. And I need you to understand how
now let me ask you this.
And totally outmatched I am.
All right. Well, A, you're outmatched, but B, let me just ask the question as a former soccer player myself, but I admittedly played when I was much younger. What position do you play?
If
you're playing goalie, the chance of you scoring is very low.
No, goalie.
Center fullback could happen, but not likely.
You should see how fast these guys kick. I'm not going to be goalie. No,
you're not a wingman either, I would imagine.
I generally played in a midfield position.
All right.
And normally everybody rotates through, but because like you don't have any breaks and there's no subs.
Now, is this outdoor or indoor soccer?
It's outdoor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get close?
Did I get close? I got close in one game. I've only taken 2 shots. Okay. And I got close in one game because there weren't a lot of people there. We only played 2 widthwise games the whole time we played. And when you play widthwise, there's no goalie. So there was no goalie. So I came close once.
So you missed an open net.
I did.
Okay. No shame in that. It's not easy. And then the second question is, do you get to ever take penalty shots?
No.
And do you practice penalty shots?
No.
Okay.
There's no refs. There's no penalty.
I have my answer.
All right. Raef, you're up first.
I am so inspired by this tale. I absolutely love it. You literally, I'm not kidding. I literally feel more inspired. I just feel inspired. I love this tale. Don't care whether you do or don't. I just want to support you in this. I don't care if I lose the points. You're going to get that goal.
Okay. Thanks.
Although to be technically agreeing with him means you gain points. So
okay. Well, I don't care. Well, he might not get it.
So, but if you disagree, then you might be supporting him more.
Nope.
Although mentally, I'm going to agree with you also, Craig. I can't be against you being healthy and also, learning a new skill.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. What if I said 2 goals?
I disagree with that immediately. Do you want to go with 2 goals?
Yeah, I'll say I'll score 2 goals.
2 goals. Raef, you have first option to change. 2 goals.
Disagree.
Yeah, that's now you're just being silly.
Now you just.
I absolutely am. You have no idea. There was no way I was gonna. The whole reason.
I hope you do, man. But no,
because that doesn't change my game at all.
No. Well,
I'm not going to score anything.
You scoring 2 goals. Now I can disagree without being unsupportive because we all know that's a long shot. But B, if you do get 2 goals, you totally deserve the 3 points for the.
Yes, I agree.
Kind of how I'm going with
those 3 points, unlike any 3 points I've earned anything in my life.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
My round 2 prediction.
Yes.
Here we go. My prediction is, again, the movie quote, "In order to fight monsters, we created monsters of our own." All right. So we're bringing back the Monster Apocalypse prediction. This time, I am predicting I have more control over this outcome. But I'm going to predict. Now, I've already said on the prior show that I have purchased the all-in Kickstarter pledge for the Mythic Monsterpocalypse Privateer Press Super Mashup board game, 3-dimensional version of every Monsterpocalypse model ever made, and then all kinds of new ones. So I'm going to have like gobs of Monsterpocalypse stuff. So I'm going to predict that in 2022, I will paint up at least 4 factions completely of Monsterpocalypse factions to completion, and I will get in at least 10 games, and Raef and Craig will play it with me at least once.
How many models in a faction?
There are
details.
2 for most factions. There's 2 big monsters, and I want to say like 8 of the little dudes.
So you're saying
some more, some less. 4 factions. 30. Now it's like 6 factions, so I'm not painting everything.
I have my answer already while Craig thinks.
If it helps, I'm also going to.
You have to give your answer first anyway.
Right.
If it helps, Russ?
I'm also going to paint the buildings up, and I'll throw that in there.
I disagree. All right. And I'm even going to give you a little bit less of a prediction. If you do all of it and you never play me, you still win.
Okay.
Because I just don't dig that game, and I game so rarely that I'd rather play with you in War Machine than just.
All right.
So I don't want to be that guy. You're like, I have to. I get my permission.
All right. So I'll remove Raef
from proclamation.
I'll just say I'll play Craig once.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you that extension because we play all the time. So I'm not going to be as magnanimous as Raef.
All right. No, I'm going to leave Craig.
I'm going to disagree, however. Although, do I disagree now that Raef's removed himself from the running? Because Raef was really the golden bullet on that one.
He really was. Because you're going to play it with me because you're going to have the empathy of like, damn, he painted up 4 factions.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to say no. But
yeah, plus it is a fun game. I mean, you know that much.
And yet I said I was going to disagree with everything you said tonight.
Yeah, so now you have a moral quandary. And I can't boost it because Raef's already disagreed with me now. So now it's just your choice, Craig.
10 games, Craig. That's a lot of games.
10's a lot.
Yeah, I'll stick with my disagreeing.
Yeah,
I'll stick to being supportive by disagreeing.
Okay, fair enough. I love our new method. All right, going into round 3, Raef, what's your prediction? Are you going to cut and paste this one, or am I going to do it?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I changed this out. I had one that was like movies and boring.
Boring.
I backed the board game called Robinson Crusoe.
Oh, is that the reprint?
It's a reprint with all the doodads and everything.
Yeah, the doodads.
And it's I don't know if you know this about Robinson Crusoe, but it's one of those play against the AI and you lose a lot. Co-op. So a lot of people don't like that. There's a very select game group. My prediction is I will play that. I don't even know when it releases. I think soon. I think I'll get it in the next couple of months. Not sure. But I will play that. That'll get to the table at least once and play a full round in 2022.
What do you mean by a round?
A whole game will be played.
One single game.
One single game. Now, I want to add, Russ, I give you permission to add more language because I switched at the last minute. It's interesting to note that none of my game playing predictions ever come true.
I don't know what happened to Russ's keyboard right there.
I know, I got stuck. So Raef, your prediction is pretty mild-mannered. You're saying you're going to play the game once.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, and it might have a solo feature. I'm talking about with players.
Yeah.
With other people.
Once. Yep. I agree. You will play it once.
I'm going to agree, too. That's too easy, man.
All right, I'm going to boost it.
Where are you boosting it to?
That game, and it's at least, okay, I don't want to be, if I play it twice, I don't want to lose points. So it's at least once. Mm-hmm. And one of those games, so if it's only one, will be with Christian Flores, who I haven't gamed with in like 2 years.
Oh, my keyboard. What is happening? I need new batteries.
It's like you're stuttering.
All right. So he's saying you'll play it once and it'll include a specific person, Christian Flores, who's in our gaming group. Okay.
I'm going to still agree.
I am too.
Okay, I'm just keeping it.
All right. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to disagree with that. I don't think it's going to happen.
It's a wise choice. I've not ever won one of those.
I don't.
That's why I only picked once. I'm trying to make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll buy that for $1. Okay. Craig, what was your prediction? Round 3.
Oh, this is weak and lame. But it is where I found all the information about streaming.
Okay.
All right. So in 2021, consumers spent an estimated $15.7 billion on streaming services and an estimated $4 billion on movies.
All right.
I predict that there will be a drop in the amount spent in streaming services. It will be less than 15.7 billion.
Nice and clear. Completely wrong. I will disagree.
So over 2021.
Thank you for not wanting to hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're basically, let me just clarify this so I understand.
Yeah.
So I think you said there'll be a drop in the amount spent by overall, if you were to sum up all the amount spent by the world, America, somebody in 2022, it'll be less than they spent in 2021.
Yeah, 15.7 billion.
And I guess how did you quantify that?
I Googled how much money did people spend on
what's the most recent year they had? Was it 2021?
What's that?
What's the most recent year?
2021 is the most recent year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll have it by this time next year. So I'm gonna disagree also because I think, yes, some families might get a little more wise about their budget and pull back a little bit. I don't think we've got full market penetration for streaming services yet. I think there's more people that will buy in.
I think people are starting to get streaming fatigue. And they're starting to resent the fact that they need a new service for every new show.
I am getting towards that. It's irritating.
I'm getting really upset that every new show that looks cool is on a different streaming service.
Yeah. You want to kick it up a notch? No, we both disagreed, so you can't kick it up a notch. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No, it's a good prediction. It's a good
prediction.
I like it. It's a good one. Yeah, I kind of want to agree with you. I just don't. I don't think it's.
But this totally that research is why I couldn't fight you on that prediction in the results episode.
All right,
because clearly people spent way more money streaming than they did going to the movies.
Right. Okay. Here's my next prediction again with a movie quote. Here we go. Here's my movie quote. You were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. And so my prediction is
Jurassic Park.
Yes. My prediction is a major, by the way, if you haven't seen, was it Red? Code Red? No, Red Notice. Red. Have you seen Red Notice yet?
Not yet.
Because there's a great scene in there. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a great scene in there where they're debating what movie something's from. It's hilarious. In any case, I want to say it. I can't. I got to hold back. Okay,
no,
just go watch the movie. Good movie. A major physical game publisher. Okay, it can be RPGs, board games, miniature games, card games. It could be Hasbro. It could be Wizards of the Coast, Asmodee, Simon. Somebody is going to release an NFT technology powered accessory game or add-on. So NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They're like the hotness at the moment. And so one of the gaming companies is going to figure out how to use NFTs with one of these things. And this is not part of our prediction, but there's probably going to be some kind of backlash because there's been every time someone's gone into an NFT space, it's created a giant mess. But someone in the gaming industry is going to try it beyond just video games. It's coming. Someone's going to do this year. That's my prediction. What do you guys think?
I type it out because it depends on how we're defining it. So,
all right, here it is. A major physical game publisher. So when I say game, I mean role-playing, board, miniatures, card games. Companies such as Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, which is the same company, Asmodee, Simon, something like that.
So, what I want for clarification, and would like to suggest we write it in here because we'll forget in a year.
Yeah.
That if some Russian game manufacturer produces some game with an NFT, I want to disagree, but I'm saying like Hasbro, like Craig and I have to be like, okay.
I said major, so it's got to be one we know.
Major, right? I don't want you to have to name them all, but I would like to be like,
I'm going to highlight major.
Major is a keyword.
Yes.
I agree.
You agree? Nice.
I do. Sorry, that's going against my plan to disagree with everything you say.
I snuck technology in there, so I just thought I'd make it.
Well, no, it's like that Scott Adams has been talking nonstop about NFTs for months.
Yeah. Does he like them or not like them? I haven't listened to them.
Well, he issued several, and then made a bunch of jokes about others. And
everybody's playing fun with them. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. All right, that was round 3. Round 4.
Okay, another games prediction. Yeah. It may seem light, but I still think it's tough. But we'll see. Okay. I will play 2 games in tabletop games in the Warhammer universe. Could be fantasy. Could be Kill Team. Could be Necromunda. Just could be 40K.
When you say Warhammer Universe, you mean 40K or fantasy?
Oh, or Kill Team or Necromunda
you mean Games Workshop?
In the GW universe.
Thank you. That's the word I'm trying to get to.
So basically two GW games.
2 GW games.
And tabletop, not computer.
Yeah.
I'm fixing it, Russ.
Miniatures?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Craig,
hey, there's more.
Oh, well. Okay.
And 3 games of War Machine in 2022.
Oh, you're doubling. You got 2.
Huh.
You're saying you're playing chocolate and vanilla.
Yep.
And 3 games of War Machine.
Yep. And Russ and I do have a game scheduled for War Machine. However, that's in 2021.
We've actually already played 2 now.
We played 2.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I happened to have breakfast with Dave a couple days ago, and I know all about this little Necromunda plan.
Yeah. I'm going to agree also.
All right, but that's fine. Before you do that, I play the tank role on Tuesday nights, and that's a very it's not well represented in our guild. And so a lot of my Tuesdays are used up. So this crusade thing that Dave's talking about, I'm all excited about it. I have no games and no Tuesdays available to play it until I don't know when.
The War Machine I know is going to happen because of me. So it's really just down to the 2 GW games.
Yes, but we've made other War Machine. Again,
No, that's true.
My gaming predictions tend to be light. But again, it could happen.
We both agree. Do you want to kick it up or keep it where it is?
I'm keeping it.
All right. There you go. All right. Craig, what is your round 4 prediction?
It's happening so fast. Okay. I'm getting all dark. I was in a very bad mood in a dark place today when I was coming up with
I'm sorry to hear.
I love these predictions the most.
Yeah.
Okay. So the games and puzzles market, which is how it is annotated in international finance, which includes board games, RPGs, card games, and puzzles, saw a bump in value from $10 billion in 2019 to $11.7 billion in 2021. This is all coming from a website called Dicebreaker, which has a lot of good articles on gaming and gaming business. I think that growth is not going to continue into 2022, and that we will see those numbers stabilize or even possibly drop by the end of next year. So we're at 11.7 billion projected for 2021. And I say that we will be between 11.5 and 12 in 2022. So it'll just creep up a little bit or it'll go down.
Love this prediction. Disagree. It's going to increase.
Yeah. I have a dark prediction coming too, which is very unlike me. I had a hard time with this prediction. I didn't want to be dark.
Yeah.
But my dark prediction requires that I actually disagree with you. Meaning, I think there is a silver lining to my dark prediction, and it would mean that people will spend more money on these sorts of things. So I'm going to disagree also.
Oh.
All right. On to round 4, my final prediction.
Yeah.
Here we go. My prediction is, again, the quote. This is a little, I tried to be very specific on this one, but bear with me. Here we go. The quote is, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. It's actually a Steve Jobs quote from the Cares. And so Microsoft will announce Won't be available yet, but they'll announce in 2022 at some point that there'll be a new Xbox technology, I'm using air quotes here, that can either be built directly into televisions. So it's built into the television by the OEM, kind of like Netflix is built into televisions now, or Hulu's built into televisions. It's the companies that make the televisions.
Okay.
And it'll be like a USB sized stick that you're going to stick in the USB port of the TV. And with this, you can then stream xCloud games directly to your television. And all you need to play is an Xbox controller, right? So basically you'll have essentially Xbox Netflix on your television that allows you to play games, and consoles will be dead. So basically Microsoft will essentially announce the end of the console wars in 2022 by becoming the Netflix of video games, making the entire concept of a console box obsolete, the same way Netflix made DVD players obsolete.
Or TiVos or something. Yes. Have you done any research or have any knowledge that there's more money in cloud-based games? Because why would Microsoft get rid of one of its money-making ventures?
Well, you make more money subscription services. So for example, Microsoft's already making more money now on Game Pass Ultimate.
Okay, I agree.
Than they do on Xbox sales.
I agree.
And by the way, their streaming things already started. So I was playing Forza on an Xbox Series X quality on an Xbox One, and I didn't download anything. I pushed a button and Forza just started up, and I'm playing the newest version, hottest graphics. I can also stream it on my iPhone now, and I can also stream it on my PC, and I don't need a console. Now, not everybody has that kind of power and their internet connections yet, yada, yada, yada. But so my prediction is they're going to announce this technology. So Raef, you agree with me?
So do I.
I can't decide what to do with this. I kind of want to kick it up, but I feel like it's already kind of kicked up. I feel like I'm just going to keep it. I did so bad this year. I can't mess with it. All right. Round 5. Raef, what's your round 5 prediction?
I will continue into my classic WoW rating forays.
All right.
And I think you're going to need a little backstory to this. So when I say classic, I mean anything under the classic umbrella, which we're currently playing the Burning Crusade classic. Mm-hmm. They may launch Wrath of Lich King, who knows? But raiding is a whole, like, I've never raided before in my life. Like I've always just level tunes and have fun and Raiding requires dedication where I've got to farm mats to get the pots in order to drink the pot, to be maximum efficient, and I'm getting kind of tired of it, but I still like it. So my prediction is I'm going to continue, and I will bring my second character to be able to raid. Now, that doesn't mean leveling from 0 to 70. I already have a 68 level mage, so it's not a leveling thing. What it is this is important to it. You have to do these attunement processes, which are equal to leveling in time. And they're so laborious and grindy, and they require other people. You have to do heroic dungeon. I mean, it's just this massive tree. I think this is a tough prediction because it was kind of boring to do it the first time through. And I have a feeling I'll be like, this is stupid. I'll just raid with my one character. So my prediction is I'll put it in, but I want to give you all the details.
Greg, what do you think about this prediction?
I don't understand it.
Well, you got to make something.
I mean, do you understand it? I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't have a lot of Warhammer or WoW rating experience.
I could try to explain it a little more.
No, it just means there's extra stuff you got to do that's boring in order to be able to raid.
It's very grindy and takes hours and hours and hours to be able to even walk in the dungeon to be able to raid.
So what I'm hearing him say is when he first started raiding, he liked it. Now it's getting old, but he feels like he wants a second character, so maybe he has more choices when he raids. But yes, doing that requires a bunch more grindy work. And so he feels like he's going to do it, but he's not sure he's going to do it, but he's going to try to push himself to do it by predicting he's going to.
And I've not timed myself, Craig. I'm not talking this is 10 hours. It's like 60 to 100 hours of
It's a lot of work.
Okay, but here's my thought is that you had a similar prediction in 2021
Yep.
And Russ and I both disagreed with you because it sounded super hard, and
but he got it anyway.
You spend time doing, you were gonna learn how to play guitar solos and do all these other things. And so I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we got to discourage you from doing this, so you get your guitar solo.
All right,
I'm going to agree. Also, do you want to?
I'm going to keep it because it's going to be very challenging.
All right, Craig.
Okay,
round 5.
What are we? Round 5.
Yeah.
All right, my round 5 is back for more, baby. With all of the things that I just said about Simon kind of falling off, I got the cut and paste magic right there.
Right.
Okay. I bet that they will reveal some units, if not an entire army of the others before the end of 2022.
Recycle.
Wow. So you're recycling. You just want it so bad.
I got really scared today when I was trying to research the answer for this one for 2021 and found all the stuff missing and not being updated. So I'm a little nervous, and I think they're due, and I think they're going to be strong as opposed to fade away. It's a hopeful sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree also.
Ouch.
I think Game of Thrones is no longer the hotness.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Now there is the new series. But
But
I don't know. I also think Simon gets distracted by new Kickstarters they got to do. So I feel like
I think I've been surprised that hasn't happened sooner, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it finally has.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my prediction for round 5.
Disappointing.
Here's where I had to get a little dark, and I'm sad that I had to get a little dark. I'm not going to lie, but sometimes Raef's had this conversation before. Sometimes the muse just hits you, and you just see the future, and you have to
just ask my nuts.
So my quote that I'm going to use today, and these aren't all movie quotes. Like my last one, it was with Steve Jobs. This one's more of just let's soften the blow here. So don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Sadly, I'm going to predict, and this pains me. This pains me so much, but I think it's true. 2 conventions that we all know and love will announce they are going to permanently end in 2022. Not necessarily the biggest, and it's not necessarily their entire system, but like instead of having PAX East, they're going to reduce it just to PAX, or they're going to get rid of, I think they already got rid of PAX South actually. But PAX Unplugged might go away. Captain Con might go away. I don't know. But 2, because I think my theory is, these guys have had almost 2 years now of either not happening or greatly reduced attendance. And I think people watching the world respond to the few conventions that did go off this year and the amount of nervousness and concern that people still have, I don't think that's going to go away just because the calendar changes. And so I think there's still going to be this hesitancy, which is why I think board games are still going to sell, because I think people are not going to go out. I think the movie industry is still going to be in trouble. I think, and these other things are going to be in trouble. And so I think some of these conventions are going to have to stop and be like, it just doesn't work anymore. The math doesn't work. The finances don't work. So sadly, that's my prediction. What do you guys think?
You're not naming them. You're just saying 2.
Yeah, no, I'm not naming. I'm just saying 2.
So again,
we know we would know them if they went away.
The problem is these sort of fringer ones. Do you mean Granite Con?
No, I don't mean Granite Con. I mean,
do you mean that Warhammer? No, War Game Miniature one that happens up north or something, or
Carnage. No, although maybe that's on the edge.
So what differentiates them then?
How about we're going to do attendance size 1,000 or more? Okay, how about this? I'll add historically have had attendance plus 1,000 people.
So they need to be known to us and have that?
Yeah, pretty much.
So like some vague place in Alaska that just
no, that wouldn't count. Yeah, I can't just go hunt up some con and say, look, this one used to be here.
I don't think you would, Russ, but we just something like that. We want to be clear.
I agree with how Craig's. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. I agree.
You agree? That's sad.
I am going to disagree.
Oh,
both
good.
because I believe in hope, because the rebellions are built on hope, Russ.
All right, good.
And because I want to try to give you as many points as possible.
Oh, I like that. And I hope I don't get points for this one, but all right. Raef, round 6.
I am a bit immersed into the 40K lore.
Okay.
I've been reading the Death Guard Codex and bought the rule book. I want to play Crusade, Dave and Andy and Adam and people. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I have had aid in winning these past few years because of the Lord Nurgle. His favorite number is 7, and there are 7 predictions. So I've been tapping into the power of Nurgle 7.
I hadn't thought about that. Craig, we got to change the number of these things.
Yeah.
And I will have this model.
9 is Zinch. We could go 9. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I will have this model fully painted. Lord Mortarion.
One model?
I agree.
I signed up for a freaking 4 models like this, and he's like, I'm painting this one model with wings.
Again, I'm sticking to it because, again, I haven't painted a model in 2 years.
Really?
There's a lot of WoW crap I got to do.
See, Craig knows I'm cranking out models here, like, not as much as Craig. I'm not Craig speed, but I've been painting a lot this year.
Yeah, well, I went with that 2020 prediction where I wasn't going to paint a lot of models, and 2021 I painted a lot of models.
I know. Speaking of predictions, Craig, it's your turn.
Speaking of predictions, it's my prediction 6. Well, it's interesting that you will have had your thing, Russ. I am going to say, and I am going to specify PAX East, Adepticon, and Gen Con. At least 2 of these will either be canceled or require proof of vaccination to get in.
Interesting.
Agree.
Interesting. That's a tough one. So I don't think any of those particular cons will be canceled. They're all a little bit too big. And I know Adepticon's already having people sign up. And I don't think they can afford to cancel again.
Yeah.
The proof of vax is interesting.
That's where the meat of the prediction is.
Well, there's the politics of it, which is complicated. Yep. But there's this new thing now where some of the new variants are making it complicated as to whether or not the vaccines are as much of a thing as they could be.
Well, there's also they're starting to argue over what the definition of vaccinated is.
Because of boosters, but then also now you've got the Pfizer pills, so now you've got treatments, and I kind of feel like this will all be over by then. I mean, not over, but a large part of this will be moot.
It's kind of what I'm hoping.
So you're saying 2, not all 3 will require vax. You're just saying that 2 of them.
2 of them.
If one's canceled and one requires vax, you're still correct.
I'm still in the running.
I'm going to disagree.
Locks it in.
I have hope for people. I have hope that we will get off this passion by then. All right.
Oh, wait. This may change your mind. I did.
Yeah.
It's because what we generally say proof of vax as shorthand.
Yeah.
Generally, that is followed by or negative test. So I don't want to be like, Well,
no, but is negative test is not proof of vax.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Usually when we say require proof of vax,
you mean proof of vax.
Proof of vax or a negative test.
Like Captain Con is proof of vax only. The negative test doesn't help you.
No, it is. It's or a negative test within 72 hours.
All right. That's not
of the con.
That's better. Okay. So you're saying full on proof of vax, none of this. Cause like PAX.
No, I'm saying either. I'm using that as a term of art.
Oh, so you're saying or COVID test.
That's what I meant when I wrote it up on my own document.
Oh, because PAX Unplugged is proof of vax only. There is no negative COVID test.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So I thought you were going negative. I'll agree with you on negative COVID test.
Okay, then go
that's
ahead.
not a there's no political debate on that.
Then get rid of the negative COVID test.
Okay.
I'll boost it. I think I've now lost those points, but it's okay.
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm right. So I'll disagree with you, but I'm not sure I'm right because I think there's a whole liable thing, but then you got the politics of it. I don't know. It's complicated.
I don't know.
Right. I'm going to stick. I think it's still a good prediction, Craig, because of what Russ said. You can say, I checked their card. I didn't check their card. How do you prove negative? Are people going to show up with their negative blank line? How do you know it's theirs?
Right. No,
Yeah, the whole thing's kind of messed.
Yeah, it is kind of messed up.
Yep. Well, PAX East, PAX Unplugged is using Clear. So Clear, the guys at the airport also have now a
like a rapid test. Oh.
Well, no, not a test. Clear has a
Like a
proof of
barcode
vaccination. It's part of the Clear system. Yeah. So you go through, they do your eyes and they say, oh, they're a Clear member and they have proof of vaccine. So boom. So there's companies that are moving in to help out with this. It's just complicated. The whole thing's complicated. All right. All right. Round 6 for me was, here's my quote. My quote is, don't adventures ever have an end? I suppose not. Someone else always has to carry on the story. Name that book.
Isn't that from one of the Lord of the Rings books?
Yes, it is the Lord of the Rings.
That would be Return of the King. Wouldn't it have to be?
And my prediction is related to Lord of the Rings. I'm going to predict that the Lord of the Rings series coming out for Amazon in 2022 will actually be solid. Its Metacritic scores will beat the first Hobbit movie, 58, but will not reach the lofty heights of the Lord of the Rings movies, which were respectively 92, 87, 94. So I'm going to say the Amazon series is somewhere between 58, above 58, and below 87.
What's the Smog negative 66?
Oh, no, it's not negative. Sorry, Smog is 66. Smog was the highest scoring of the Hobbit movies.
I think for clarity, just delete that.
Okay.
And then it's between 58 and 87.
Yes.
And how specific do you want to be? If it gets to 86, then
I'm okay according to this prediction.
All right.
So that's not the user score. That's the meta score.
That's the meta critic score. Yeah, the overall score. Score by the company.
I agree.
Agree. Okay. Craig?
Well, I'm doing a little background research right now using like for like and comps, as they say in the real estate industry.
All right. Okay.
And I'm seeing the Wheel of Time, which I think is quite good.
Trash. I think that thing's a train wreck on Metacritic.
Is it 55?
Yeah. Well, 55 is not terrible. I mean, the Hobbit movie is 58, so it's basically effectively the same as the Hobbit movie, which wasn't great, but it wasn't like trash.
Yeah, I'm afraid with that comp, I'm going to say I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, you're going to have to.
All right, I'm going to say it's going to beat Smog, which now makes it 66.
Yeah. So it's got to be it's got to be over 66.
Yes.
I still agree.
I disagree now.
There we go.
Oh, wait. Actually, because if it scores 88, I lose. Because
that's right. That's right.
I disagree. I think it's going to do really well.
Yeah, it's not going to do. Okay, I don't. Yeah, good. I'll take that.
So it has to be between 66.
It has to be not as good as the Lord of the Rings movies, but better than Smog.
An interesting restriction to place upon you.
Yeah, see, I don't make this easy.
Yeah. I double disagree.
Okay, great. Can I go back to 54?
No, you cannot.
Damn it. All right.
Because I don't think the ceiling is going to be the problem here.
Probably not. All right. Well, if history taught us anything, that my predictions don't really matter. Round 7. Round 7. Raef, what is your final prediction for 2022?
Such a simple, clear, yet so far unattainable goal.
I don't believe you.
Russ, I'll let you read it.
I will meditate 100 times exactly in 2022.
Well, no, at least 100. So I'm doubling. I'm almost doubling, but taking away the per week restriction.
Right.
I did.
Do you know when you meditate?
Yeah, in the mornings, and it's 10 minutes.
Craig,
and
what
I
do you
did
think of this?
53 last year, which I thought was super good. Like I was surprised the number was so low. Like I was.
How do you feel after you meditate?
I feel awesome.
Does it feel like it was time well spent?
Oh yeah.
Have you been the 50 times you did it this year? Were they in the back half of the year or the front half?
Front.
All right. So basically, you felt great, you did it, and then some point you decided to stop doing it, and you haven't missed it much.
Yeah, I get, as we all do with life and exercise and everything else.
Craig?
I agree.
Agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree.
That's wise.
All right. Craig, your final prediction for 2022.
Okay, here we go. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Boom. I think Star Wars Legion is going to stay strong. I think it's going to delve into new territory in 2022, not 2023. I don't know about 2023. Okay. So currently they have models in the game for the original 3 movies and the 3 prequel movies and the Rebels series
and Clone Wars. And Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, the cartoon?
Yeah.
What do they have from Clone
Rex
Wars?
is in there.
Isn't Rex from the movies? No, he's not. Okay,
He's
Clone Wars. So Clone Wars wouldn't count for my prediction. The prediction is that they're going to start featuring new units and characters from additional sources such as the sequel trilogy, The Mandalorian, or Bad Batch, I guess would be the only.
No, Bad Batch could be because there's new guys in there, and Mandalorian would Mandalorian's in high demand.
Yeah.
I feel like including Mandalorian there makes this a little bit easier. But Raef, what do you?
So I'm going to tend to agree, but I want to make sure. Have they done Han Solo? I mean, I guess that'd be the.
They have not done the solo Star Wars story movie.
So that would count if they delve into that.
Yes, but that doesn't really feature any kind of army level.
But I'm just saying, like the qualifier is if it's anything other than the 3 prequels, Rebels and Rogue One, and I guess Clone Wars. Russ is
no. He says the additional sources are listed specifically. Oh no, it's etc. You're right. It's anything that's not Clone Wars, and you got to include Clone Wars because Clone Wars is also on
the 3 originals, the 3 prequels, Clone Wars. So if they do Episode 9, that counts as a yes.
Yes, correct.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, I think Mandalorian's a no-brainer, so I'm going to agree also. You want to kick it up a notch?
I don't know. I want to leave it as is because I'm really hoping for some.
Well, Mandalorian's going to happen. Mandalorian's a given. I feel like. I mean, they haven't announced it, but I feel like it's a no-brainer.
Right.
I mean, they don't have to do an army. They can do a Baby Yoda objective.
No good. What's
they
that?
They can do a Grogu objective token, dude. They sell like hotcakes. They can do a Mando, mercenary, and he sell like hotcakes.
What if I said not including the Mandalorian?
And they did all the Mando ladies, the lady Mandos from.
But those are from Rebels.
Yes. And Clone Wars.
Right. Yes. But no, actually none of the, that's not, yes. That's true. Because what's her name was in.
She first appeared in Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're putting Mandalorian, even though it hasn't published, you putting that in the original list?
No, I'm saying not including the Mandalorian. So models or units from the Mandalorian wouldn't count towards this prediction.
Right. So you have to move the Mandalorian.
It has to be something. No, you wouldn't. You would just remove it from that list. So now what I have is it has to be from the sequel trilogy.
No, you just say you predict there will be Mandalorian plus, right?
Oh, I could do that.
From and that way it makes it harder.
Yeah, there you go. Because that's going to switch me. I will now disagree because I think Mando, no problem, but I don't.
I'll disagree with that too.
I don't think they'll get.
Are you comfortable with that prediction, Craig?
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's better than what I was floundering with.
And if Mando doesn't come out, you're wrong, but we're all sad. So
correct. Yeah.
All right. Okay. For my final prediction, I like to sneak in. I was a little negative earlier, and I like to try to sneak in one sort of every once in a while a prediction. It's about the world becoming a better place.
Yeah.
And so this
none
is
of
my
these
prediction.
have come true. To the best of my knowledge.
No, well, usually they're a year off, actually.
That's true.
So there's like hints for these things. So I'm going to go for this again. My quote is, it's always darkest before the dawn. And here's my prediction. And I'm going to have to bring up some socioeconomic, global pressures that are going to, affect this prediction. But here's my prediction. The growing pressure of the fossil fuel energy crisis.
Here we go.
And the rollout of things like the new infrastructure bill, which will further support electric vehicles, will allow for clean nuclear power to come into its own as an acknowledged, low-carbon, eco-friendly, limitless, renewable energy resource. So sometime in 2022, a significant nuclear power initiative will be announced with the U.S. government and a partnership of the private sector. And it will be so well received that energy prices will drop in anticipation of the U.S. reduced dependence on fossil fuels.
So this is interesting.
Right. All right. There's my prediction. Let's put it in writing right there.
Because I believe China has announced an intention to spend trillions of dollars on hundreds of reactors over the next 5 years.
Yep.
But
we still have this preoccupied thing.
Smart enough.
We gotta realize nuclear is part of the answer to global warming and everything else, and low cost energy. It's part of. I mean, other energy sources will probably help us too, but the one that never has a problem in wintertime and produces way more power per square foot or square mile than anything else is well known, well understood, very, very safe. Basically, has no waste. I'm talking about Gen 4 reactors now that literally reprocess nuclear waste as part of the processing process. So there's really no waste. Like, that's all real, and it's not science fiction. No. And we just can't invest in it because of bad PR from 1980s movies. So we need to.
I get where you're going with this.
Yes.
It's going to be one of those, the way it's written, that's tough to quantify, because I think I'm already reading articles that there are partnerships in either fission or fusion. I'm not sure.
What I'm saying is there's going to be, the prices will drop because of this announcement.
I know that's what you're saying. How would that be measured?
Well, fuel prices will go down,
but they could just go down.
Well, I'll be able to point to articles. We'll be able to point to articles that will say things like, because of this, sort of thing, instead of like us reopening fracking or opening more pipelines or starting to mine in.
So then let's put some word in there that say there will be articles that point to the price drop due to the partnership between China and Russia or whatever.
Yeah, it won't be those countries, but yes. I don't think we'll get price benefits from those two particular countries.
You don't know.
All right. Articles will point to this being the cause of the price drop. All right. Agree or disagree? Raef, go.
I agree.
Oh, wow. Craig, go.
So it has to be a government initiative announced, like a major public
announcement. It's going to be a partnership between public and private sector. So it'll be government
but it's not going to be on the down low.
It's going to be well known.
Political fallout. Yeah.
This isn't going to be like some quiet, shadowy organization powered by insert your favorite billionaire here. This is going to be like,
the president is going to announce this.
Or some major government official, probably the president. I think that Biden might do it. Part of his infrastructure bill. I can see it happen.
Okay.
Build back better.
If you put in that the president will announce it, or a high level official, like are
you going to agree with me right now?
A cabinet secretary will announce it, or higher, then I will disagree.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like a big public announcement, because I don't think they could get away with that. Not with their base.
Disagree. Oh, okay. See, I don't know. I think more people than you think. Like, I don't think nuclear is as political as we think it is. All right. Well, there you have it, folks.
Wait.
Now we have one last prediction left, though.
I have a problem with one of my predictions that isn't fair to you guys.
Yeah, which one?
Number 5.
Okay, we got a flag on the play here.
Yep.
Number 5, I will continue to be a classic WoW raider. I'll bring my second tune to be able to do a raid.
So this whole attunement process that I described to you, it dawned on me that that
while we were
later,
talking, I just leveled my dude up.
Wasn't that hard after all?
In later phases, they begin to remove some of the attunement processes. Now, I don't know when, and so like that's not.
We all
fair.
agreed with you anyway, so it's an easy one. We all get points.
Oh,
It's actually a worthless.
okay.
prediction.
As long as you're okay, I didn't want to come back and.
Well, so part of the reason you want to kick it up a notch is because you get a point for being right, but then Craig and I each score a point as well. So if you make one we all agree with, net is nothing happened.
I'm gonna add to it then.
No, you can't because we've gone past it now.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just want to be fair to you guys because they're basically removing the thing that I thought was hard to do. At some point, it'll probably happen in the middle of the year.
Craig, do you want to let him go back and change it?
I don't need to.
It doesn't bother me if he wants to change it. I don't think it really had any impact on.
Yeah, what are you changing?
Follow-on predictions.
I'll keep it.
All right,
I'll keep it because again, I don't know when that gets released. It could be a year away.
All right. Okay. So there you have it. Those are the predictions. And as Raef mentioned earlier, please go into the Discord and comment on what you think. What do you think the final scores will be now? But remember, for the final scores, not only do you have to use the complex and sophisticated and highly scientific scoring system, but also we have to include the results of the bonus round, which we're about to do right now, which includes us predicting who will win. And that person gets an additional +1.
Yep.
So, Raef, who do you think's going to win after listening to all these carefully crafted predictions?
I think Russ is going to continue his streak of 1-pointers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with the second fan favorite of Craig.
Okay.
I feel like with all my agrees and I didn't boost them, I think I'm going to get outpointed there.
Craig?
Yeah, I think Raef is right. Raef didn't boost, and I think it's going to cost him. And I think Russ has a lot of points on the board here if things go his way. I think I'm going to go with Russ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, just to kind of mix things up a little bit, I feel like Raef is on a streak. Now, he also does a lot of predictions that are self-motivating and self-fulfilling.
That's true.
So there's definitely a technique in here that maybe we could learn from.
Although I don't win those. Strangely.
No, that's actually true. So yeah.
I didn't win the meditation one. I didn't win the game one. I didn't mean
your superpowers in your agreeing and disagreeing. You seem to get those right.
Right.
So I'm going to predict Raef just to mix things up. And there you have it. So Raef picked Craig. Craig picked me. I picked Raef. We'll see. Who do you pick? Go to the Discord channel. Let us know. And we'd love to know your picks. And remember, winners will get buttons. We're going to figure out how we do that.
We'll figure it out. We're doing this on the fly, like the good old days.
We're going to work on some button designs. We'll share them in Discord. And then, about mid-year, we'll figure out the rest of the contest rules. We'll bring this up a couple times so you guys know it's coming. You have some time to think about this, really process it, maybe listen to the episode 5 or 6 or 10 times, really understand what don't do that. Please don't listen to them. But okay, great. Guys, what are your confidence levels? Feeling good about this year's predictions?
Not this year.
No, nope. I hope it's a better year than we've had the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We could use a happy year. It's just full of happiness.
I would like a year of happy.
If we just solve the energy crisis, it'd be great. I think that's a win. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
And you and I have been playing some War Machine, so that's a win.
Yeah, that's good. All right, guys. Well, thanks for the great prediction episode. Always fun to have the three of us.
Super fun. Really great to be here.
It's super fun. It's like the good old days.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.